Hi, Bright Readers. Welcome to another edition of Bright Ideas. Today, I'm really excited to have Holistic Goddess CEO and founder, Steph Coulson. Hi, Steph.
Hi, great to see you. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. I did an unboxing from Holistic Goddess a couple weeks ago, so Bright Readers are already familiar with it, but I was really excited to have you on to talk about it, just because I would love to know what made you start this? I mean, was it your own health journey, and how did it come about?
Yeah, totally. So, I think most women that you talk to have had a health journey of some kind. And I am no exception to that. So, my story in a nutshell is that I have two children, and my youngest daughter is 6. And after she was born, my hormones completely disintegrated to the point where I actually had the hormonal levels of a 65-year-old woman for a couple of years. So I was in full on menopause at the age of 28, 29. And the conventional medicine answer was have an ablation, take out your uterus, go on hormone therapy, get an IUD. And there was no real answers for what was happening to me. And so it was through my own personal research, working with my naturopath, trying things, trying other things, getting rid of what didn't work, creating an entire holistic health routine for myself that I was able to pull myself out of that and go back to exactly where I should be as a woman in her 30s. So it was pretty incredible for me to have the difference between sort of a holistic approach to living versus the very conventional Western, here's the medical answer, which 100% has its place. But we have so much power in ourselves. And there is so much what I like to call women's wisdom that exists. And so I have just felt very called to create this company that offers holistic health solutions for women, offers education for women, offers an empowering place to be. And we also have our trusted brand marketplace that I'm working on building out with my team. And so every week we launch a new trusted brand of, like creating this one-stop shop for women for their holistic health needs. So we have everything from castor oil packs to Organifi to natural bug spray to we've got pads and tampons coming. Like there's a whole space for women to come and get what they need and get it from all one spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times, right now we worry about food and where it comes from, but we'll 100% just order the cheapest, turmeric on Amazon and not know where it's coming from. And that's one of the things that stood out to me is that everything is with US ingredients, or in the case of the bison, sourced in Canada, which is fine.
Yes, yeah, and I'll tell you about the bison. I've got my bag right here. So I, in my health journey, was put on beef liver capsules as part of my protocol from my naturopath. I had ferritin levels of 4, which, if you know anything about ferritin, it's really bad. And my hair was falling out and my skin was dull and my energy was terrible. And I was just kind of a disaster, to be honest. So I started the beef liver capsules and it really made a massive impact in my period, in my hair, in my nails, in my energy, in my blood work. And about, I guess it would have been September of last year, we came across this company creating and producing these bison organ capsules. And after doing some research and learning from them about, okay, educate me, like why is beef better than bison better than beef, my world completely changed. So beef, even if you get an organic cow, they are still allowed to have up to 17 vaccinations. So all of that is still existing in an organic cow. Bison have extremely strict regulations around them. And in Canada, it's illegal to vaccinate a bison. It's illegal to feed them GMO food. They basically have to have a completely natural, as nature intended it, life before they can be harvested for obviously their meat, their organs. The entire animal is used. So not only are you getting a superpower source that is more bioavailable, more potent than beef, you're also getting a cleaner source for those same organs. And after taking them myself for several months, I was like, okay, well, how are we going to get this in the hands of all women? Because it is truly life-changing. And I haven't met anyone yet who has said, oh yeah, it's not for me, I don't like it. Like, everybody has something great to say about it, whether it's hair, nails, energy, brain fog, athletic performance, easier periods. Like, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd always heard that organ meat was good, but I don't want to eat it.
No, me neither.
So because the bag at first is it's deceiving because I did it on my unboxing, but it doesn't smell or anything, and so
no, you don't taste it.
Like, oh, it's jerky, but I do like bison. We do eat like ground bison, and we actually give our dog like powdered liver because of the benefits, for her, and never kind of occurred to me like that sort of thing, existed for humans. And part of it, I think, also is whenever we talk about, because I do a lot of, the holistic and the health and lifestyle stuff in Bright, and we always think about self-care as like a spa day and all that, just like stuff on the outside, which, trust me, I love, but it's also the inside stuff, like, energy to be able to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, it's so true. It is like a whole well-rounded situation. We say all the time that self-care and self-love are the same thing, because if you're taking the time to care for yourself, then that is an act of self-love, and that is, the ultimate thing that you can do. So whether that's nourishing yourself with great supplements, creating a great holistic health routine that includes things like castor oil packs, or Biomat is another one of our trusted brands. And we're just, continuing to build out that marketplace with as many great products as we can find that are aligned with, how we see things, and huge emphasis on women owned. Holistic Goddess is entirely women owned, women run. It's all goddesses over here, which is so fun. And yeah, it's just really about empowering and aligning with, companies and people who are making products that are up leveling the consciousness of this world.
Yeah. I mean, I've been getting the emails and seeing like some of those, companies, and, it goes back to like the whole Amazon thing. And I love Amazon just for the, the speed, but, y'all are definitely doing the work of like one of these companies, and people are becoming, I think, more into where their stuff is coming from, partly because there are so many more options that we, didn't know existed, prior.
Yeah, it's so true. And in Canada, there's a lot of American brands that we just can't get here. And so we offer free shipping to Canada. Obviously, there's duties. It is what it is. We can't get around that. But by creating this marketplace, we also can bring products to both Canadians and Americans that, Canadians don't generally have access to. I'm in Canada. There's lots of things that I can't get. So I end up like, in the past, shipping things to friends' houses and getting them to like ship stuff to me. Yeah. So just making all of this accessible, right? Wellness should be accessible. It should be, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's just what helps you feel better in your day.
Do you have like a wellness routine, or like morning routine or evening routine, whatever you fit it in? I mean, I know you're a mom.
I'm very busy. I do. Yeah. I mean, literally everything that we have, I use myself on a daily basis. I'm the type of person who does a lot of research into things and tries things before I'm like, willing to commit to saying this is a great product. So everything's completely vetted by both me and then the rest of my team. We all get the opportunity to try things. I promise you, there have been things that we've been like, oh no, we are not telling people that they can get this from us because we don't like it for whatever reason. But yeah, I do. I sauna, I cold plunge on occasion when my husband makes me. I have like a biomat. So I do the the mat, I do castor oil packs, I do red light therapy, dry brushing, I obviously take all my supplements, drink my water. I'm not terribly good at meditation, but I do try and take, at least a few minutes when I'm sitting in front of my red light, to just really ground and breathe and go through like a gratitude list. And yeah, I mean, I do all the things that I talk about doing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, especially I've gotten into meditation. I didn't think I would ever be a person that could do it. And part of it, I think, is just finding something that you connect with. And I was kind of surprised that there are like also tons of like, depending on what you're into, like there's Christian meditating, there's meditating about the future. It's not all just, the lucky girl syndrome and
Yeah, totally.
manifestation type of stuff. I mean, it can be as simple or, just deep breathing, type of thing. And also, it doesn't have to be an hour where you're like tantric breathing or something. It can be 5 minutes where literally all you're doing is just sitting with your eyes closed. And sometimes that's enough.
Totally. And I always say it's really about what's accessible to you. So personally, I like stacking things because then I'm committing maybe 20 minutes of my time to 5 different things, as opposed to trying to stretch that all out, spend an hour on it. I don't necessarily have that time. So I'll be, like I said, like red light, like sitting or laying on the mat, doing a gratitude practice, focusing on breath, like all at the same time, maybe with castor oil pack. Like done the whole gamut at once, and then I go take my supplements. But it doesn't have to be overly complex or complicated or feel like you have to spend your entire day doing whatever your wellness routine is. It's literally what works for you. And I have found that it's really the little things that make the biggest impact. Like even in my health journey, one of the things that I did to try and get my hormones back on track was seed cycling. And lots of people don't even know what seed cycling is, but it's essentially, we actually have product from a company called Funk It Wellness, and they have seed cycling kits. So it's very easy. You just purchase the bags, and the bags have the seeds already in them. And for 2 weeks out of your cycle, you have I think it's 2 tablespoons of one bag, and then the other 2 weeks you have 2 tablespoons of the other bag. And it's seeds. Like it's the most simple thing in the world, but it boosts your hormonal levels according to what they're supposed to be in either your follicular or your luteal phase. And it makes such a huge difference. Like I noticed a huge difference. But I mean, it's things like this that lots of people either don't know about, don't talk about, unless you're really deeply into holistic health, seeing a naturopath on a regular basis. But they're easy hacks for wellness. I mean, there's so many women who have hormonal imbalances. It's very common. And so just being able to take that power to understand how you can try things to try and help yourself.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I worry about. I mean, I don't know how much our mutual friends have, told you about my background, but over the last 5 years, I've lost 170 pounds. And so part of that is doing the research. Like I cannot get back hair. I can't grow nails, although I have been doing the gummies. And so you can see those are working pretty good. And I've always kind of taken different things because, of the 170 pounds I've lost, probably half of that is hair, right? From my head. And it's never like from the place that you want it to be from. It's always just the nice hair. But, one of the things that I started doing is I put all my vitamins in here. And so I do this, like I bought, you can spend like $10 and get, I got 3 trays or 3 sets, of the daily. And then I just do it like once every 3 weeks. And I don't have to think about it for another 3 weeks and just sit here and take them, throughout the day or just when I'm not, thinking about anything else. And I think it's those types of things, like finding a way that makes it not, stressful, because the last thing you want to do, like in some, a self-care and health journey is like make it more stressful, right?
Totally. And that's really, I mean, honestly, that whole idea is basically boiled down my vision for Holistic Goddess, right? It shouldn't have to be hard. You shouldn't feel like you're drowning and you're alone and you just don't even know who to turn to. So we try to churn out really great, informative, factual, medically sound information. So last month was Live With Your Cycle month, and we spent, it was February, was Live With Your Cycle month, and we spent the entire month going through with like, okay, today's day 1 of your period. Here's what your body is doing, all the way through to when you would be experiencing your next period, and just talking about what your body is doing, what kind of workouts you can do to support your body during that time frame, why you might feel more tired, what kind of food you can eat to, support your body through that particular part of your cycle, right? Like these are things that I feel like in our modern society, we don't spend enough time paying attention to because we're just go, go, go all the time. And just having that awareness of, okay, I am like full on in my luteal phase and I'm so tired and I want to eat everything. And just knowing that is like half the battle. And then creating those simple things like finding Funkit who has the seed cycling already in the bags. Like, yeah, you could go to the grocery store and do it if you wanted to, but if you don't want to, there are options that make it very simple to achieve in our extremely busy world.
Yeah. And I think with knowing where your body is can help with like some of the guilt of like, I really don't feel like doing a strength training workout today. And it's like, well, it's not because you're lazy. It's because that's like not what you need to do today. Today exactly. You need to do something like stretching because of where you are in your cycle.
Exactly. And honestly, just the awareness of that, I think makes a huge difference. But a lot of women that I talk to don't think that way. So we're just trying to create this awareness around like, what are you doing? What are you considering in your day to day? Are you scheduling? If you have like lots of meetings, or if you have like a project that you're doing or something like that, are you planning it during your follicular phase so that you have all the energy and you feel like you can like climb a mountain? Or are you trying to drag yourself through it when you're like 2 days out from a period? And how you can just really optimize yourself. And I personally find that living that way, paying attention to that, everything flows better.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like literally. It's awesome.
Well, I think it's funny, like, the whole pandemic thing, it's really like changed sides. And I think it's made people of like different political persuasions more open to things that maybe they thought, weren't for them because of like where they fell politically. And it's kind of nice to see that realignment. Or just people being more open-minded about things like taking supplements to help their immune system. Because I had been taking, prior to this, I had been taking Z-Stack for years from the wellness company, and then heard about Holistic Goddess. And, I don't want to say like I have so many things wrong with me, but I also have a neurological disease. So the brain joy is like what jumped out to me.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And I do the smell test on everything. And, I know a little bit about a lot of it. I will say that I wonder if anything is good for eye health because the print is so small.
I know the print is so tiny.
So I won't read it now, but definitely at holisticgoddess.com /bright. People can read all the ingredients. You're not hiding anything. It's all there.
No, it's all there. I can tell you, I literally have it right beside me. I can tell you exactly what's in it. This is one of my favorites. I take this one every day along with the trifecta, and it's like rocket fuel, honestly. So it's very simple. It's like ingredients you can pronounce. It's nothing crazy. It's ginseng, turmeric, lion's mane, lemon balm, ashwagandha, and ginkgo. Very simple. So this supplement was actually formulated for the health of your brain. And because it's supporting the health of your brain, you get all of these other benefits, which is like clarity of thought, like no brain fog. For me, it makes me feel very calm, which when you're, running around trying to get kids out the door for school and stuff is very helpful. And it's just a very like calm, quiet clarity for me personally is how I feel. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's simple. Like we have a metabolism booster called Meta Radiance, and it's spices. It like if you wanted to, you could just go to do the same thing from your cupboard. There's nothing else in it but spices. But if you don't want to do that because the cayenne pepper is really spicy,
Mm-hmm.
then it's just capsules and it's simple, right? Throw it in your purse and you're good to go.
Like that I got before was the well belly,
I
because
love that.
like every day there's a new study about something being connected to gut biome health, like Parkinson's, dementia, like not even just, normal gut issues or metabolism or obesity and all of that type of thing. I mean, it's just really, amazing. In addition to, live probiotics and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
supplements are really, really handy.
Really handy. And like that one in particular, well belly, I put that one in my purse so that if I'm going like out for dinner and I don't normally eat dessert, but if I do order dessert, I will take that first and then, don't get the bloating, the uncomfortable, none of that, because you got all those good digestive enzymes helping you out.
Yeah, and that's another thing I actually have been reading a lot about, like especially for those that follow a really strict diet, like whether it's plant-based or carnivore or whatever. Even if it's, healthy for them and does well for them, a lot of things that are being lost is metabolic flexibility. And that's that you can have a treat or have something different and it's not going to like totally throw you off.
Yeah, it's true. Really restrictive diets. I was vegan for a couple of years because through my health journey, I lost the ability to digest meat. And so every time that I ate meat, I would get really, really, really sick. No matter what I did, what I took, it didn't make a difference for me. And so I had to go vegan for a couple of years in order to kind of get that under control. And then I came out of that because it was so extreme with lots of nutritional deficiencies. And so then it was like the beef liver was actually the first thing that I started, even before I could eat meat, to start raising those levels. And it's like, there's a reason why liver is called nature's multivitamin. It literally has everything in it. It's great for hormone balancing. There's so many women that I talk to who take it who have gone from having horrific periods that have them in bed for days to having no cramps at all. Like that's really unbelievable. And basically what it is supporting your body and giving it the nutrients that it needs.
Well, and so much of the hormone talk is like, at least for me, I only thought of it in relation to menopause and not through a woman's like whole journey.
Yes. Yeah, it's so true. Like perimenopause is something that we talk about.
Or like pushing the pill, and that kind of like throwing women out of whack in general. I'm not that up on on all of that, but I know that there's a new look at the pill that a lot of people have been writing about, and how that's affecting women.
Yeah, I mean, I personally feel that anything like that you do with your body is going to have some kind of consequence. It is what it is. And then it's just, we live in a world where you have to be conscious about what you're putting on and in your body. And it is a pretty toxic world. It's just the reality of the world that we live in. And so it's just having that awareness and then making sure that everything that you can control is clean and supportive and helping your body with detox, like castor oil packs. That's why they're so great, is they're helping your liver detox, and it's very easy, right? You can do it on kids, like it's not a big deal, but you're helping your body live in this environment with all this, pollution and chemtrails and EMFs and all the things that are causing problems for our bodies. And so we just have to be mindful of that and extra supportive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think is, I only recently started watching videos about castor oil and sort of those benefits. I mean, is there like, what is the number one thing someone should know about castor oil if they're like not sure what to try or whether to try it?
Well, we have the packs, but I do have we have it in a roll-on, and it's really popular because it's so easy. It's right here. So this is Queen of Thrones, is the trusted brand. And then this is a rose quartz roller. So you have the rose quartz with all the crystal infusion and then the castor oil, or you can buy the big bottle and obviously the pack. So personally, I use it for just that general detox. I find that it keeps my digestion exactly where it should be throughout the entire month of my cycle. I find that I feel clearer. I have better energy. I don't get as much of a crash. People use it like for skin, for hair growth. People put it on their eyebrows. I watched a video of a doctor talking about its use in healing eyesight and eye issues and like glaucoma and stuff. And she said you just put a little bit of it on your eyelids. Honestly, its uses are so varied. It's really about what your health focus is and what you're looking to achieve. But I think that there is definitely benefits for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, because I'm seeing it from like the trendy beauty YouTubers and then also, the crunchy people.
Totally. It's running the gamut. It's very popular right now. Like I've been doing castor oil packs for like 6 years, but they are gaining popularity right now for sure. I have a friend who had thyroid nodules and she was able to completely shrink them. I had a cyst in my breast. I was able to shrink that. So, I mean, there's just so many benefits.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it's really a rabbit hole you could, go down, but, and I probably haven't gone enough down it because I haven't started using it yet, but I like the idea of a roller, like something that's, easy.
It's very convenient.
Buy like a big old jar. And that's the other thing that I really like that I mentioned in my unboxing is just kind of like the aesthetic of it, that it's not, this generic black and white, well belly, that's like made for dudes or, guys at the gym. Like it's not intimidating. And I know that sounds silly to say like a jar is intimidating, but I think a lot of times it is. It's like, do I need this? Am I taking this? Is this for women? And I think that's how powerful, you can tell that I'm with a graphic designer, how powerful graphic design, can be when it comes to things like that. And, I just think it's really cool that was something that you thought about, in starting the company and doing everything.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. It was really important to me that what we do is really beautiful. I say often that this whole vision, whether it's the packaging, the products themselves, the trusted brand marketplace, the content that we create and share, it for me, it's a love letter to women, right? I am all about women feeling amazing no matter what, and really being in tune with that inner goddess, because every woman is a goddess, right? It doesn't matter how old you are, where you come from, what you've been through in your life, that is in you. And you just have to find it and access it and then believe it, but it exists. And so for me, just creating this like love letter to women and empowering women to understand some of their health, like you said, people who woke up, so to speak, during COVID are maybe questioning the way that they've been doing things, or women who, like me, have been holistic for a very long time, just want to continue supporting their lifestyle in that way. But there's a space for every woman, and it's okay wherever you're at. Like you said, if you know nothing about castor oil and you're curious to try it because you think it might have a benefit for you, then, there's a place and education and a blog with articles that you can read to learn about how this might help you. And if you're just like, hey, castor oil is great, I only want to check out one cart on the internet and have a box arrive at my house, because that was like one of my pet peeves, is having to go to 10 different websites to buy things because I want to support certain companies. So bringing them all to one space is really great. Then, there's a place for every woman.
Yeah. And also on top of the shipping thing is, I noticed a lot of people are going toward, whether it's the beauty community or just wellness, where you can't just buy a thing, right? It's like you have to subscribe, and it's great to have the subscribe and save like once you have tried it, but it seems to be getting harder and harder to just like buy one thing and then not have to cancel it on your credit card. So I like that aspect of it. And then also that, like you mentioned, it's not, a lot of people woke up about different aspects of healthcare, but it's also not an either or. Like, I'm going to take brain joy, but I'm not going to stop my prescription medication. It's
Totally.
doing everything in tandem.
Yeah, and I'm really all about every woman's body is different. So what works for me might not work for you.
Mhm.
And it's understanding that and understanding that there is not a one size fits all approach to wellness. But the thing is, you have to be willing to go and try things to see what works for you and what doesn't, right? And so that was like a huge part of my journey. I tried all kinds of things that didn't work for me until I narrowed down to what does, and that's what I'm left with today. But it's that willingness to explore.
Mhm.
And then the choice to pay attention to how it's affecting you in your life to decide if it's working for you, if it's in alignment for you, if it is creating positive change in your life.
Mhm.
And whether that's somebody like you said who maybe takes bison but also has 6 prescriptions, like
Mhm.
it's all good, right? There's no shaming here. It's what is good for you
Mhm.
in this moment, and that might be different tomorrow, and that's okay too.
Yeah. When you were trying different things and just for kind of um evaluating a new product, like, what do you think is the time frame before you can expect to, I wouldn't say see results, because it depends on what it is. It's not like it's a weight loss pill or
Yeah.
something that's giving you
So
energy.
for bison, for myself, for all the people who have tested it, for all of our customers who give us feedback, it's 3 days,
Mhm.
which is really speaking to the power of the nutrition that is in those capsules. It's really quite mind blowing. So like I cannot live without it. Like cannot. I have so many bags stockpiled in my house. So the dose is 6 capsules, and that is equivalent to if you were to eat an ounce of the actual organ,
Mhm.
like cooked and everything. So I'll do like 6 capsules of the trifecta. And then if I'm on my period though, or I'm about to get my period, I do take extra of the liver by itself. I'll
Mhm.
take maybe like an extra 3 or 4 just for that extra hormonal support.
Mhm.
And I find that it really, really helps with like flow, cramping, headaches, the up and downs, like all of it.
Mhm.
It really, really helps.
What are
So
the different
for
things
that, it's very
in the
fast.
liver and the heart, different aspects for each one?
Yeah, they do. So we do also have a standalone heart.
Mhm.
And this one, men really like this one. It's for athletic and performance and cognitive
Mhm.
health for the most part. The trifecta is great because it's all in there. So it's the heart, the liver, and the kidney. And then the liver is really great for women specifically who've maybe never tried or who are switching over from beef. I find that the education for liver is easier because quite a few people are already familiar with beef liver.
Mhm.
So then I just educate on the benefits of bison over beef, and then they try it themselves and they go, oh my God, I can't believe the difference,
Mhm.
which was my reaction.
Mhm.
And then eventually move on to perhaps the trifecta, but it really depends what you're trying to achieve.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like the overall lifestyle. Like, if you're not doing strength training, or if that's not an important thing, to you, then maybe, not the heart, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really all up to
Or
what you're looking to do. Yeah, we have a lot of athletes who take the heart.
Mhm.
And then in terms of other things like the castor oil pack, so I will tell you, if you've never done one before, don't do it overnight the first time because you can detox too fast. So the first time I ever tried one, I slathered it on there and then put it on and then put like a hot water bottle on. And then I slept with it overnight and I woke up so sick the next day. Full on flu, detoxed way too fast. So, I mean, I guess that's sort of an example of how quickly you can notice the difference of
Mhm.
things working. I would recommend if you've never done it, start with 20 minutes and work your way up there. I don't do it longer than 2 hours. For me, I'm not like an overnighter.
Okay. So kind of like meditation, do small and see how much you can tolerate.
Start small. Yeah, and just pay attention to your body, right?
Yeah.
Be willing to listen to those cues. And some people maybe perhaps who at that time I wasn't detoxing a lot, so that might have been part of it. People who detox all the time, maybe you wouldn't notice that as much. Some people aren't very sensitive.
Mhm.
I tend to be more on the sensitive side and notice things pretty quickly. Again, it goes back to everybody's individual.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, I mean, I know it might be overwhelming for people to see, all the products and kind of not know what's kind of like a starter pack. I mean, I would say definitely the Bison trifecta. Um,
Absolutely. I mean, my go-tos would be the bison and the brain joy.
yeah.
Um, Specifically because those are very unique to
Mhm.
us. Like I haven't seen a comparable product to brain joy in a marketplace.
Mhm.
And then obviously the bison is incredibly unique. So those two and the combination of them together
Yeah.
is like amazing. Um, so I would say that those two would be really great. But the other thing is you might shop our marketplace and see that there are other brands that you're incredibly familiar with. Like I do have my Organifi green juice here. This is a very familiar brand. Lots of people know about it. We have the green juice. We have Harmony, which is kind of like a hormonal hot chocolate that lots of women like to drink at night.
Mhm.
And then we have another one called Glow, and it's a collagen booster.
Mhm.
They're just drinks. This one tastes a bit minty, and it's wheatgrass, spirulina, lemon fruit powder, beetroot powder, matcha, turmeric, and yeah, ashwagandha.
Is there a way for women to promote their business if they have, um, a website that or a product that they think would be good?
Yeah, I mean we have a contact form on our website. If you have something that you think that I should check out for the goddesses, I would love to hear about it.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just curious, because I only recently noticed that like there are small business owners like on Etsy, like doing skincare and things like that, that I didn't even know, existed.
Yeah, it's really great to find like independent shops. So there's a marketplace called Fair, and they're a wholesale company for shops, online businesses, but they only take businesses that are not on Amazon and are independent.
Mhm.
So a lot of those people are women owned, and I spend a lot of time shopping through their marketplace to see what the different offerings are, trying things myself. I mean, my vision for this brand is, like you mentioned, Amazon, except for women at Holistic, to have, a huge variety of products to support women's wellness, whether that's supplements or like, the castor oil packs or the PEMF mats or, you know, pregnancy tests,
Mhm.
pads, tampons, sexual wellness offerings, like literally the entire gamut of
Mhm.
whatever it is that you might be looking for.
Mhm. No, that's awesome. I could definitely see that being a need out there.
Kind of like Goop, but not woke.
Yeah, exactly. No weird handles.
There's a few things on there that I'm like, what is that? Does
Yeah.
that really do what it says it's gonna do? But for the most part, I mean, I have this strong vision for women's wellness and just supporting that.
Mhm. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and I'll put all the links to the products that we talked about,
Thank you.
description below, and look for some of those things on the marketplace. And hopefully, we can have you back again. I want to go like a month of just I'm like almost out of everything else that I have, and so I've been saving a majority of my stuff. Although I've tried or been taking one of these a day because I wasn't really sure how it would interact, and then I'm almost done with the I can't remember what the name of it is, but the collagen, the hair, the biotin, the hair, skin,
Yeah, I have that one here too. Vibrant Bloom. It's the hair, skin, and nails.
the gummies. And what I like about it is the first
I
thing I
love them too.
see how much sugar is in there, and it's not bad. Um,
No, it's not bad, and they taste like apple cider vinegar.
yeah, it tastes good.
Yeah, they do taste good.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
ones, which are really good.
I love those too. Yeah. Yeah. I obviously take pretty much all of them.
Yeah, like what was it, the man that did like the hair for men's club or something. Like you're not just the owner, you're the customer.
Exactly.
Well, thanks so much. And like I said, I'll put everything below. And thank you for giving Bright Readers a 10% off discount, which is the
Yeah,
code
thank
right.
you.
And I'll put all that down below too.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and giving us a space to talk about our vision for women's wellness and honestly just getting our message out there, right? About education, about understanding your body, about embracing your inner goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.